So on the flip side here, talking about not keeping up the pace, here's someone who has kept up their pace through majority of the season, right? So Christian McCaffrey is tearing up the NFL this year. He has 1,811 yards through 12 games. That's rushing and receiving yards. His team plays a total of 16 games for the season. So how many yards will he have if he keeps up this pace? Okay, so similar situation to the Lakers, but it's actually easier because we don't have to do the adding, right? So this is 1,811 yards is to 12 games. That's your situation one. And your situation two is going to be that the team plays a total of 16 games. How many yards will he have if he keeps up the pace? So this is going to be your situation two, right? So this is one that you generally measure things in yards per game. So I would definitely write this as 1,811 yards per 12 games. And I want to say that this is the same as how many yards is to 16 games. So now, again, yards is to games as yards is to games. Cross multiply 1811 times 16 equals 12x, and 1811 times 16, 28,976 equals 12x, and then we're just going to divide by 12. So when we divide this by 12, we have 24, 14, and 2/3, right? That's 0.6 repeating. So it's 24, 14, and 2/3 yards, which actually is interesting because a yard is 3 feet. So that's actually 2,414 yards and 2 feet. But again, they don't get that exact in football. They just go to by yard. So we would round this to the nearest yard, I guess, which would be 2,415. So 2,415 yards total if he keeps that pace up for the final 4 games. Alrighty. So that's that. And then last one, another sports one, of course, right? So we have a player suspended 80 games for violating the PED, right? Performance enhancing drug policy. So situation one is the player was suspended 80 games and lost $7.4 million. So that's going to be your situation one. And then your situation two is going to be that the season is 162 games long, and what was the player's salary for the entire season? So that's going to be your situation two. So, and again, whenever money is involved, I generally put the money on top. So I would probably set this up as 7.4 million, right? Because in my situation one, so 7.4 million dollars is to 80 games as what was the salary? Well, X million dollars for 162 games, right? And it's, I mean, you can see 80 times 2 would be 160, so it's just about double. So the answer is going to be right around double 7.4. It's going to be right around 15, right? But again, if we want to get exact, we want to do our cross multiplying. So 7.4 times 162 equals 80 times x. So 7.4 times 162, 1198.8. So 1198.8 equals 80x, and then we divide by 80. So we end up with 1198.8 divided by 80, 14.985. So yeah, it's right around 15. So 14.985, and this is in $1 million. So $14.985 million was the annual salary, which is really 14,985,000, right? Because 0.985 of a million is 985,000. So there it is. So those are your proportion applications. Not tough, really, right? Just identify the two situations, turn them into fractions, set up your proportion, cross multiply. Pretty straightforward.